Hello and welcome to this month's edition of the City Managers Forum. I'm Serena Breland, the City Manager of Guthrie. On today's show, we'll have Byron Berline with us, the renowned fiddle player. But before we do all that, let's you and I discover Guthrie.
Welcome to Discover Guthrie. I'm Laurie White and I am going to take you on a tour for the month. Beginning with October 2nd, from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. we have our Chamber Coffee at Willow Creek. Beginning October 3rd through the 5th, we have our Oklahoma International Bluegrass Festival. Also on the 4th through the 5th, we have the Pollard Theater showing Altar Boys. And we have the Territorial Quilt Show. Please show your Blue Jay spirit at Blue Jay Homecoming. We will have our homecoming parade at 12 noon. Every Friday and Saturday night in October from 7 to 11:30, come test your nerves at the Guthrie Haunt Scare House. On the 8th, we have the Chamber Educational Series. This will be hosted at the Chamber office from noon to 1. The discussion topic is Evernote, which is an app for your iPhone. The 9th, we have the Chamber Coffee hosted by Ella Rose from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Guthrie Businesswoman on the 10th from 12 to 1, our meeting. The Chamber Coffee on the 16th is hosted by United Way from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. We have the Street Kings End of Summer Car Show from 7 to 11:30, Saturday, October 19th. October 23rd, we have the Chamber Coffee hosted by Cutting Edge Salon from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. The Oklahoma Blood Institute is doing their blood drive from 12 to 6 p.m. on the 24th. Chamber Coffee on October 30th, hosted by Hoboken from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Also, October 31st is Halloween. Wear your best costumes and come see us downtown from 4 to 6 p.m. as we host a trick-or-treating downtown event. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you discovering Guthrie in October.
Well, it's time to shift gears and hear from the Guthrie Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Mike Simpson, for this month's edition of Chalk Talk.
Thanks, Serena, and I'm Mike Simpson, Superintendent of Guthrie Public Schools, and with me today is Gary Boxley, our Athletic Director. And Gary, you've been with the district for a while now. Tell me, I still remember you when I was an Athletic Director, so how long have you been here?
I'm starting my 14th year.
Okay, well, that's not as long as I was afraid it might be.
No, not quite, no.
You've been, tell us where all you've been. I know you've been in Edmond before you came to
Well,
to
I've been a
Guthrie.
few places. I started at Creston originally,
Okay.
and back in the late 70s, and then from there I ended up in Marlow, America, and enjoyed our time there, and then ended up in Edmond as a track coach there, and was there 8 years, and then I got out and got in private business, and from there I ended up here.
Okay, well, you were at Edmond when it was still just Edmond Memorial, right?
I was there with Edmond Memorial except for 1 year when we went to 3 high schools.
Okay,
That kind of
so
helped me eventually get out of teaching and coaching for a while.
So you saw a lot of growth in Edmond while you were there.
Yes.
And then, I think we're starting to see a little bit of that in Guthrie. We've got a ways to go to, obviously, to ever be an Edmond, but we're starting to see some growth that's pretty amazing as far as our student population. With all you've seen, tell me, because I'm an old coach and an old athletic director, but I want to hear your perspective. What has changed in high school athletics?
What has changed? I think, really the athlete itself has changed a little bit. In fact, they've got bigger and stronger, and that's from more individualized sports. Not as you don't see, here we don't see it as much. Our kids play everything.
Sure.
I mean, we can go back to Dante Foster, who is a three-sport all-stater. That never happens hardly. But I think that has changed, and I think the intelligence of the game, or all sports. I mean, technically, everything's more advanced now with the way everything is. I mean, the internet and everything, kids can learn things faster and see more of it in a vast sense.
So it mirrors our regular lives then, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I mean, it does. I mean, and it's the same way in the classroom, too.
So what do you think in your time here in Guthrie in 14 years, what's changed in Guthrie other than the superintendent a few times?
Well, Not a whole lot. I think we've just become consistent in our athletic program. Our consistency becomes from our coaches who've been here for ever and ever. I say ever and ever. In the last 13, 14 years, we hadn't had much change in our coaching staff, and that gives you great consistency in your athletics. And on the school side, it really hadn't changed either. We've had some new teachers come in, but we've been blessed to bring in good teachers each time.
Well, when as you've been in your time in Guthrie, I had always you kind of have a perception from the outside, but when you come in, that perception or myth that we have, we're just overrun with great athletes. And, talk about the kids that in your 14 years that you've seen in all sports that have been the overachievers.
We've had some, you look at Dante Foster, who people thought was a great athlete. He's just a hard-working kid and got better and better. And you can go back and look at some, kids that I don't know if they'd ever played sports, and they got involved and they just kept getting better. We had, I'm trying to think. There's so many of them that, we had a kid named Clayton Smith who was 5'7", 170 pounds, 180 pounds maybe, and he may have been the hardest hitter we've ever had through our system. And then there's some other kids that it just got better and better, and I see them start to mature, and they're out there and about, and you'll see them on Friday nights show up to watch the game, and what are you doing now? Well, I'm working here, I've finished my degree, and it's amazing how kids change from 17 to 24.
That's a great point, kind of segueing into the next thing I wanted to talk about. And you and I have never really talked about this over the years, but if you were to say to a parent to explain the value of high school athletics to them, what would you tell them?
I think more than anything is learning to set goals and to develop your goals for you have something to achieve as you get older. In college you got to have some goals to accomplish your degree, or what you're going to do after you get out, or how you're going to make your $1 million. You always have a goal in life somewhere, and I think that helps strengthen your goals. And the other thing I think is real important is you become very social. And when I say social, you're able to get along with all types of people. You see all types of individuals in athletics, and from some kids that have nothing to some kids that have everything in the world to them, and you learn to get along with them, and that's really important, especially in this technology age we have now, because there's so much texting and everything, and you get where you become non-social, because all you do is text. You never look anyone in the eye and tell them what you think, or have that trust in them to believe in them.
Well, that's a great point, and you think about what you get when you set goals and you reach them. And you learn to set more goals, and that's always been something that I've articulated to parents as well. And the other thing that I think is great about high school athletics, you touched on too, is having to work together. One of the things that I have heard so much about in my time since I've become a superintendent is what they want in the workforce. And they talk about they want people that, like you say, they don't have the social skills, so they want someone that can work together. And by having athletics, it gives them a great opportunity to learn that. And it's we could sit here and text each other right here, but talking about it and seeing things face to face, I mean, that's just such a huge advantage that a lot of kids are not getting now. Talk a little bit about the participation at Guthrie, and is that up? Is that down? What's the trend there, and what's in the future for us?
Our participation has stayed steady. When I first got here, it's grown some since then, since I first got here, but here lately it's just stayed steady as a rock. And we had, every now and then you'll catch a class that might be down a little bit, but usually it's just been just as steady as it can be. On the girls' side, our girls' participation could stand to come up a little bit, yes. I don't know the answer to that. I've been looking for it for the last 6, 7 years, but we hadn't come up with it. We just, our kids are, they're just a blue-collar type kid. They want to come to work every day. And I think that's our secret here. It's not that we have great athletes. It's just they put that blue collar on every day and go to work.
And you know, they learn that hard-working mentality from their parents and their coaches, and they take it on into real life. But the thing that I've noticed in my short time here in Guthrie is how loyal they are after they graduate. And you know, that's a testament to the work that you and Coach Watkins and our entire coaching staff do, because the true measure of how a high school student, how much they liked their time in high school is their support after, when they don't have to support it. And that's a hats off to you guys. Talk a little bit about the future. What would you like to see in the athletic department? And don't tell me more money.
Well, you know, money's always an issue. No, but I'd just like to see us just keep trying to improve our facilities and allow our kids to, that allows our kids to produce at a higher level, to enjoy their atmosphere even a little bit more. And our kids, this is a very unique place. Our kids don't need a lot. They don't want a lot. They just think that being part of a team and being competitive and playing with their buddies is more important than anything. And if you'll go out and about now, they're still great friends. We had, well, you saw last year we had the class of 2002 state championships, and there was only about 6 missing. Yeah. 6 to 8 kids missing off a team of 60. You know, that's pretty good.
And some of them look like they could still go play for us.
Yeah, some of them could go
probably
play.
Didn't need to, but some of them look like they could really go play for us.
But you know, they still keep in touch with each other, and I think that's important.
Yeah, that's a great great thing. Anything else you'd like to share with the viewers?
Oh, just that we got homecoming coming up in a couple of weeks, and you know, people don't realize it. It probably is the biggest homecoming in the state of Oklahoma.
I would say it probably is.
And you've been around, and it'd probably be one of the biggest ones in the nation if you really got down to it, because a lot of places don't have 6 or 7 or 8 class reunions going on, a huge parade and floats, and 5,000 people in the stand on Friday night. Again,
that Blue Jay pride, loyalty after you graduate. Really a special place, and it's hopefully we can share that secret with a bunch of our alums this year.
Well, if they show up, they'll enjoy it. I know they will.
Gary, thanks for coming today, and appreciate your time as always. Now it's time to go to Out and About with Cody Mosley.
Out and About with Cody Mosley, sponsored by
Energy Forces Conference Center, located at 115 North 2nd Street in historic downtown Guthrie, is a great place to hold meetings or training courses. Being an authorized FedEx ship center, it's also a convenient place to send out business or personal packages.
If you're not earning what you're worth, our fear-free prospecting and self-promotion assessments and workshop may be the answer to breaking through your financial ceilings.
We help professionals and businesses build successful and quality sales teams.
Energy Force is a business consulting and human resources outsourcing firm.
We focus on the areas of your business that help you maintain compliance and foster growth.
With our experience in HR, we can help you recruit and retain quality team members.
Hi, my name is Cody Mosley, and I'm Economic Development Director for the City of Guthrie, and I just want to thank every single member of the community that stepped up during Mumford & Sons Gentlemen of the Road weekend to help this community really embrace the spotlight. Guthrie was put on display like never before, and we certainly set ourselves for a reputation of a great event town. Thank you again to all the community members that helped up, and I'm excited to tell you about some other things that we have going on in town. A lot of people have been asking what's next after Mumford & Sons, and certainly I want to highlight, what's already in town. I want to welcome some great businesses like Al's Attic on 2nd Street, and give a sincere welcome to Union Tacos, which is catty corner from Byron Berline's one-stop Fiddle shop on Oklahoma Avenue. There's a lot of momentum going on around town right now, and we're certainly excited to see what's to come next. Certainly keep in touch with the Guthrie Business Spotlight brought to you by GTV 20, and keep up to date with all the action that's going on around town. Thank you very much for your time. Look forward to seeing you around the community.
Sitting Down with Serena, sponsored by...
Hello and welcome to Benchmark Financial Group. My name is Jim Duncan, and with me I have Vicki Wilson and Lee Hightower. Benchmark Financial Group is an independent insurance agency and financial firm committed to helping individuals and business owners with their insurance needs and their financial planning needs. Benchmark Financial Group offers a wide range of cost-effective insurance programs and services, financial services and planning for you, your family, or your employees. Thank you so much for visiting us at Benchmark Financial Group.
Benchmark is a one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs and retirement planning. Oklahoma owned and operated.
They're located at 1900 Northwest Expressway, suite number 1200 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, or call them 405-840-0028 or visit them online at benchmarkfinancial.com.
Wow, what a great event that we experienced last weekend there in September with the Gentlemen of the Road Tour, those 35,000 people coming into our town. What's very exciting is something that we do every year, which is the International Bluegrass Festival. And today I have the world-renowned fiddle player, Byron Berline, here in our studio to give us a little bit about what's going to happen with the Bluegrass Festival. But first, I know that and heard and saw on YouTube some great footage of him playing with the Mumford & Sons band. Byron, tell me a little bit about what you experienced last weekend. You saw these people flood into town, and how did you have a good time?
It was great, wasn't it? I mean, for Guthrie, it really was. And we didn't know what to expect, actually, you know, till we experienced it.
Sure.
And so, well, Thursday, I mean, of course, Mumford & Sons didn't play till Saturday, you know, that Saturday, but they came in early. And they came into my fiddle shop, and I showed them all around and showed them some instruments and things like that. And they were great guys, you know, had a great time with them. And of course, a lot of people taking pictures and stuff. I mean, you know, there's, gosh, I just can't believe they're in Guthrie or in my fiddle shop. But anyway, there was a lady from Associated Press who took a picture, and the next day it was all over the United States. I don't know whether you know that or not.
Oh, amazing.
And I had emails from Florida, New York, all over saying, wow, you know, they saw where I was, they were in the fiddle shop, so that was kind of a cool deal.
We hope that it gave you some good advertising.
Oh, of course.
You've got a fantastic shop right here in Guthrie, and I think it did get world recognition.
It did, and well, it's amazing, you know. I mean, they're like the Beatles coming out again, you know, acoustically and stuff. It was like, it was neat. I'm really tickled for them to be so popular. And it's only going to help us in Guthrie, because when our festival's coming up in a couple of weeks or so, a lot of these people are going to come back to Guthrie.
I agree.
Oh, yeah, they will.
We were often asked, I know I got stopped and was asked, when's your next thing? And it was great to be able to say, come back next month. And people were getting it on their calendars and really excited about it. I think it's good timing. But, you know, y'all having that International Bluegrass Festival was a major player in bringing that size of a festival.
Well, not only that, we experience with having festivals, and Guthrie is experienced in having festivals anyway, and events. So, and I'd like to read something for you that I got from the fiddle player from Mumford & Sons.
Sure.
And I emailed him, I said, have you rested up yet?
Right.
And he goes, rest? No way.
Right.
He says, truly, thank you so much for being an incredible host and representative of Guthrie. It was hands down, far and away, the best stopover we've ever put on. And beyond the stopover, it was a treat for me to get to do some fiddling with you and the boys. It's always a great feeling to play with your heroes. That was Ross Holmes.
That's amazing. That gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
And so I thought it would be nice for you to hear that. And they all really enjoyed themselves. I know they did.
Yeah.
And to have people like Marcus Mumford and T-Bone Burnett came up Saturday night. I don't know whether you know who T-Bone Burnett is. He's the guy who did all the music for Old Brother, Where Art Thou? That movie. And he's really popular now as far as producing movies and stuff like that. So he was in town. So
pretty amazing.
it was really neat.
It's almost like we now miss them. I kind of look down the streets
Yeah.
and wait for the crowd to come, but we will definitely have a crowd now next month. And I have only been here less than a year, and I came right after International Bluegrass Festival last year, so I missed it. And tell me a little bit about, if I want to participate, tell me a little bit about what we can expect coming up.
Yeah, well, this is our 17th year, and we've been doing this a while. And we used to have ours downtown also, you know, but we thought it was a little more effective to have it at the campground. It's because of the campers who love to camp and come to play. And we get people from all over the United States come to our festival here in Guthrie also. And, you know, they love to bring in their motorhomes and their tents and camp out and go to the festival. And it's an international festival, so we have groups from all over the world to come in here. And that was my thought a long time ago, to have these international groups come in, because a lot of them don't have any experience with American bluegrass players. So it's a lot of fun for them to be able to come here and partake in that. And we got a group from Japan this year, which is always cool to have. And then we have the Kruger brothers, originally from Switzerland, and the Louvat brothers from Belgium, and Richard Smith from England.
Amazing.
Great guitar player. And then we have a lot of really great artists also. Kathy Mattea is going to be our headliner for Saturday. She's never been here before, so I'm kind of excited to hear her band play.
I went and grabbed some of her music from my iPod. It was getting prepared in the past week to hear Kathy
18
Mattea.
Wheels and a Dozen Roses.
I love it.
Is her
I think she's
big
great.
hit. She wrote that.
I think that's great. Tell me, as a first-time goer to the festival, as we anticipate many other first-time goers, and of course you're returning of 17 years of people that have done this for a long time.
Right.
What can I expect? I can bring my tent. What can I do?
Well, you can do that, or just bring a lawn chair or something to sit in at the festival. We have one main stage, and a lot of people come and bring their chairs. It's like the land run. They got to get their chair in the right spot. But if they're not sitting in it, you can sit in it.
That's the rule. Then I'll do that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
If there's nobody in it, sit down in
Should
it.
I put my name on it?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of them
great.
do, but
Right.
I mean, like I say, but there's just a sea of lawn chairs out there. So
What I noticed last weekend is the amount of community spirit and support, and a lot of volunteers. If you
yes.
need volunteers for your event, where can I go? Who can I call? Where
yeah,
can I-
Dolores Stokes is the lady
Okay.
who puts that together. Stacy Watts, same one that did the Mumford & Son thing.
Hopefully she's gotten some rest and is back hitting the
Yeah,
ground.
it's
with
a hard
volunteers.
job right
Yes,
there.
it is.
really is, and you got to have the volunteers. If you don't have them, you can't put on that event.
Absolutely. So how much are tickets if I want to go?
Well, you can still get advanced tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Each day is Thursday's cheaper than Friday, and then Saturday, or you can get a 3-day pass.
Okay.
And right now, a 3-day pass is $70. So if you wait till the event, it's $80.
Okay.
So, but each day is like $25 for Thursday, and $30 for Friday, and $35, I think, for Saturday.
So buying advance is probably a good idea.
Oh, that's the best way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And yeah, I mean, if you know you're going to go, why not? Just go ahead and get your ticket. You can get to go online to get those.
Right.
Go to our website, oibf.com.
Good. And Kathy Mattea will be playing Saturday?
Saturday.
Wonderful. I think a lot of people will come out. Well, Byron, it really is. It's an honor to be with you here today. I had family in town this weekend, and I was bragging about you, as we have a lot of musicians in the family, and I think what a jewel that we have here with your fiddle shop and you being here. I wish you the most success.
Well,
and hopefully
thank you.
the largest bluegrass festival that maybe we've ever seen.
Right, I think it'll just get better and better.
Absolutely. I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being with us. And well, that's all we have for you today. I want to thank our very special guest, Byron Berline, for joining us. And be sure to stay tuned and see us next month for the City Managers Forum. But before you do, we want to leave you with a little piece of that Oklahoma fiddle by our very own Byron Berline.